For many of us though, swanky high-rise apartments don't simply work. Independent houses do. But, well, financial constraints don't really always let us achieve this, and we settle in for an apartment or a flat. Now, you might not have to compromise. You could get the feel of living in an independent house at a much less cost, as developers are once again getting into the business of row houses. Oinitam has the details.
Owning an independent house is a dream of many, but most of our purses do not allow us to live in our dream homes. Row houses could be an alternate option for such home buyers. These are houses which are typically a 2x2 or a 3x2 kind of a setup, where only the wall is shared with the adjacent house, leaving ample land around your house for a lawn or as driveway. But due to paucity of land and steep land prices, row houses have become a high-end product, at least in the metros.
Neither a villa nor is it an apartment. So you get the customer gets the luxury of calling something which is his own piece of land, has an independent house, almost an independent house, only you're sharing a wall, you're sharing the ceiling and the floor.
According to industry estimates, Bangalore has been leading the row houses, independent houses and villa segment. Hyderabad has emerged as the next destination for row houses and independent houses, followed by cities like Bhopal, Chennai, Ahmedabad and Raipur.
The row houses make sense where there's a restriction of the height by the government, by airport authority or by any other government norms, where you cannot raise more than 2 floors or more than 1 floor, then only it makes sense. But the land is very expensive. So if you talk about the metropolitan cities like Mumbai or Delhi or NCR, most of the cities, this row house is not going to help much in providing more of houses. But at the same time, there are takers, there are people, there are HNI, there are rich people who are ready to buy such properties.
So does row houses make business sense? Why are developers now taking to row houses yet again?
Do see this concept now picking up in a much bigger way. See, you have to understand one thing, that when you talk about row housing and you compare it with let's say a apartment complex, then the density becomes a criteria, because in a row housing the density is 120 people per acre, whereas in an apartment complex it's about 400 people per acre. So wherever you have shortage of land, and also in the new master plans you are defining density, depending upon these two aspects, you will either go for an apartment complex or you will go for row housing, or you will go for a mix.
Realty market experts do feel row houses does make good business sense.
Row houses have a unique proposition in the sense that from a developer's perspective it is far quicker and easier to develop and turn it around and deliver the project, because you can actually plan the phasing of construction based on actual sales. The land, you need not, unlike in a multi-story apartment situation where you need to construct the entire apartment, you could still have unsold apartments in between. That's not the situation with the row house.
According to market experts, demand for row houses is high primarily because of the typical Indian mentality to own a piece of land. But given the fact that row houses are a low density accommodation and land intensive project, the concept almost faded out. But with fast developing tier 2 and tier 3 cities and suburbs, the concept seemed to be re-entering the realty space. With Jude Senith in Chennai and Nidhi Rai in New Delhi, Oinitam Oja for NDTV.
Well, that brings us to the end of the show today.